Architectural Builder Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
And I saw a video of you going through a hinge plate. I thought maybe you might be the guy I need to talk to because you seem pretty knowledgeable in our industry. But I've been trying to find a different anchor system than what we're doing, and I was hoping maybe we have a sheet metal shop as well, and I would love to punch our own anchors, and I was wondering if you had a source for that.
A source for what?
For finding.
Oh, you want to sell me
dies.
anchors? Oh, well,
for dies.
Sure, lots of dies. If I had a source for dies. You mean as to where to buy die set from?
Mm-hmm.
Not really. What are you looking to punch?
A 5 3/4 anchor primarily.
What type of anchor?
Hollow metal door frame anchor.
My legal middle name is hollow metal door frame. What? Be specific with me so I can understand what we're doing.
Oh, a 5 3/4 general purpose anchor for studs, stud wall.
Got it. Okay. So.
Like right now, we get them from Gulfport, and so there's a couple of companies that actually make them. Gulfport makes them. Donjo makes one, and Dayton. There's a company called Dayton up in the Bronx. And,
yeah, I know them.
And at one point, but I thought, this is crazy because we have so much sheet metal drop that we're not making our own anchors, and so I kind of done an exhaustive research on it, and I was watching one of your videos, and it was talking about there was a place in Ohio, and I thought, well, man, I need to call this guy. He seems to know what he's doing. You were actually doing hinge plate reinforcements.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought, once you get buried in this industry, you. But like you go to SDI, and they're not much of a source. RKS does not make a die for that. They just do frame punch outs, pretty much.
I remember going to RKS in the early 1990s. They were in Ohio. I imagine they still are. Spent a lot of money that day.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of money that day. I bought damn near everything they make. So
ideally, I'd like
to
pick up a used one from a shut down Amwell plant or something. You
need a time machine for that.
Yeah.
So I really don't. I would just be working with, the RKSs of the world, and obviously asking them if they could tip you off in the right direction would be the way to go. Because you're not going to compete with them like you would Gulfport or Donjo.
Now, do you guys sell component parts?
We do, but I don't think we'd be in a service to you. We're buying from the same people.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, I was hoping maybe it's funny, but it seems like all the punch dies have disappeared and gone overseas, and there aren't any die manufacturers anymore for our industry. Our industry is really small, but when you
very specific.
Yeah, but we have a lot of scrap metal waste, and I just thought, man, it'd be nice if we could make some of our own component parts here. And I've got 25.
Who do you buy hollow metal from?
We get it from Mesker and Daybar, Premier out of.
Obviously, the Meskers of the world, they're not. They're probably not making their own anchors, although they might be. Kiwani used to. But you might just ask them if they can tip you off, send you in the right direction. I've been to Mesker's plant as well.
In Huntsville, that company, I have no idea how they operate or stay afloat. We have a lot of issues with them.
Do you deal with them currently, now?
Yeah.
Is Tom Field still with them?
Dustin, Tom Field still with Mesker? No, yeah, probably a different region.
Yeah, Tom Field was the engineer for Kewanee, and when they went under in the early 2000s, he went to Mesker. And I think he stayed on, but went to Hudsville. Was like, hey, the southern thing's not for me, so he moved back to Illinois.
Well, it's been through a lot of transition, and each time it's gone through the transition, it's gotten worse. And they've cut a lot of quality out. There's no quality control.
Yeah, we were a
only
Mesker
on the
distributor.
manufacturing side.
We were a Mesker distributor in the second half of the 90s, early 2000s, when I forget the national sales manager. He's a big guy, very, very good at his job, and they were great. 20 years ago, I didn't have any problems with them.
They were great. What happened was they went to a private equity group, and they started pulling the quality out, and then the employees stopped caring at all, and it got worse from there. But it's every single issue that you can imagine. I mean, they reduced the size of the closure reinforcements. They changed the core of the doors. They changed the pan design of the doors. So the doors are literally just fall apart. They are starting to import doors. They've got an import line that runs in conjunction. They have 2 hinge locations that they can't keep up with. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
They have a distribution center in South Florida that stocks only Steelcraft hinge locations. The factory only does their own Mesker hinge location, and then they work, and it's just a disaster. And that's
who are you thinking about moving to?
Well, we're open with Daybar and Premier as well. And Daybar has its issues, but not nearly as bad as Mesker. Mesker makes a lot of their frames in-house at their other facility, and you have to work on them before they'll interlock together. The tabs are never lined up, that kind of stuff.
You're grinding and hammering to force it together.
Yeah. Well, and so you'll bring it to their attention. There's no paint on a frame to too much paint on a frame. It's dripping. You have to sand it off.
Oh, gosh.
So that was kind of why we changed to lead times or disasters, damages. They can't put it on the right pallet. So I would say like 10% of everything that comes in from them is damaged. So, and see, we're in Florida, so we have to have, Mesker has a really good wind load, so we're forced to use them on jobs that, but they've just got so many issues. Their tornado doors aren't designed or aren't, you can't do an in-swing door on their tornado door, but they thought they could, that kind of thing. So it's just, everything we touch with them has been a disaster.
Are you open with any ASSA ABLOY companies?
We can't open up ASSA ABLOY because we're too close to another ASSA ABLOY dealer.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm the new kid on the block with 25 years.
225
years.
Someone's going to have to pass away at the competitor before that's going to be considered.
We're bigger than most companies. We're operating in 10,000 feet, and we're full. And we're bigger than most, but, I've got an IR dealer and an ASSA ABLOY dealer within 25 miles, so we can't open. And either one of those. But we beat them hands down in our product every day. But that doesn't matter. The only thing it limits us from is like the university or some county schools or something. But everything else,
work that you're not going to make money on anyway.
Exactly. So it's like it's not that big. I've got exit devices that you're not going to sell to anybody but the university. That kind of thing. So it's the business. But
so if you sort out making the anchor, making a door ain't that much harder. We've done it in the past. It's not the end of the world. Who knows?
What happened was during the last recession, our area got hit pretty bad, so we started making our own. We've got punches and presses in the sheet metal shop, and so in addition to some of the stuff, we started making our own closure reinforcements and some of the other reinforcements that were real simple. We make angle brackets and other different things we do in-house, and that's why I was able to save a couple of salaries. And the one, my Achilles heel is the 5 3/4 anchor, because I'm spending, it seems like $1,000 a month on those things. And meanwhile, I'm throwing twice of that steel away.
Gulfport is not real helpful when it comes to being super fair. I find them always too expensive.
And are you doing RKS or for your anchors?
No. We don't. We're in a different part of the business primarily. People call us up for replacement parts, more service, maintenance sort of items. Contract-based bid work is the opposite area of where I want to be involved. I want you to call me when you have something technical that my skill set will allow me to monetize, not.
Well, you said you were a Mesker dealer. Are you still doing
back
that?
in the. Oh no, we're not direct with Mesker. We a problem with the rep. The relationship turned really sour, and that was done. We're Assa Abloy, and because we're able to, because of that, we're with Seco, and their network is. Well, indirectly through the distribution chain, their service centers, we would buy Curry's. But it's either, if I'm going to do something imported, it would be their Canadian door, or it's just going to be Seco. And what's really great about them is, you can lean on them for the really weird stuff,
Yeah. Well, they promote that stuff, and it makes you have to use it on certain jobs.
Yeah, that's how they get you.
Yeah, that's it. That's how they get you. And that's how it keeps us out of some of those projects. But your standard grade 2 and retail build-outs were golden, and so I can get ASA and Allegiance and everything else, but I just don't get the deeper discounts for a big job.
Yeah.
So I can certainly do it through distribution on smaller jobs, but it doesn't pay to entertain looking at the university if you can't buy direct.
It doesn't, not at all. I don't have to be involved in a race to the bottom to single-digit markups.
Exactly. All right. Well, hey, I sure appreciate it. And
another source that you might call over to Carpin Steel. I do some, they're like, I've been dealing with those guys for 3 decades or so, and they're super nice folks. They might be able to point you in the right direction to a tool and die manufacturer.
Where are they located?
Carpin is in North Carolina. They're about an hour northeast of Asheville. I forget the name of their town. Carpin Steel. They're quick ship. I mean, they've done really odd stuff for me, and they made a curved face hollow metal door. If you've ever seen the door that's in the Oval Office. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was over there. The owner's name is Eric. My sales rep. No. Shit.
Are they a custom shop, pretty much?
Purely. That's all they do.
Okay.
You're going to go to them for something that you need in 2 or 3 weeks, and it's a 12 gauge frame.
There's a lot of places up in North Carolina there. HMF and custom metal
HMF.
products.
I want to like HMF, but I've just had a streak of bad luck with them.
That happened to us,
streak.
and then you'll get a good run with them.
Another
one we hit too is Custom Metal Products. Joe Teal over there. They're good.
I'm not familiar with them.
They're out of Wilmington, North or South Carolina, one of them. But they were really good, but they got expensive. And then you have a next door in Miami. They're custom.
Carpin is in Weaverville. The point is you're not going to take business away from them. So it's sharing information shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, that's it. Cool. Well, I'll give those guys a call, and hopefully they can send me in the right direction.
I'm glad you called. My name is Richard.
All right, Richard, I'm done.
Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program.